Good. Good morning, everybody. My name is Matthew Robitaille. I'm an undergraduate student over here at Westfield State University in the physical education program. Today I'm going to give you a lesson, an adapted PE lesson for a student that has PTSD. So students that have PTSD, depending on what their traumas are, depends on their triggers or what their symptoms are and how bad badly that they need an adapted lesson. So this lesson here I have for a student that has auditory issues. So we're going to be playing a bowling game. Real quick before we start, so we have bowling pins set up over there. If your student has auditory issues and they have issues with hearing the noise of the bowling pins falling, there's another option you can do here with some like squishier gator skin balls. You can set up like a pins, and it's the same thing because this lesson really focuses on underhand throwing for accuracy. So we're going to get into it. So game one is going to be just a regular bowling game. We're using modified gator skin balls, a little bit smaller, kind of like candlepin bowling. So each partner is going to stand behind the spot that we have, whatever the designated line that we have is, depending on your age range, depends on how far you're going to have the students or how close you have them. So here we're having a lesson for like an 8th grade student. So we have a little bit farther. Each student's going to go and they're going to roll their 2 balls, trying to knock down pins. Missed both times. So you get 1 point per pin that you knock down. After your 2 balls are thrown, you're going to switch to your partner, who's going to come and throw 2 balls down as well. That's game one. All right, so our first modification is if that game is a little too difficult with the smaller balls like candlepin ball, we're going to take a step up and we're going to use a bigger gator skin ball. So it's the same concept as game one. Game two, we're just going to use a little bit bigger balls to make it a little bit easier to hit. So same thing, 2 balls each. Partner will take the ball out of the way, and then I got 2 pins. All right, so our last modification for this bowling game is going to be make it a little bit different, a little bit more competitive edge to it, to the game. So the person who's not throwing, the defender that's down at the end, the partner is going to spread out the bowling pins around in a designated area. The teacher can designate how big of an area they can have. We just have them in a general area so they're not that spread out. So if you can look down there, you can see that the pins are spread out. My job now, I have 1 ball per pin, so we have a total of 5 balls. And my job is to throw the ball and try and get down as many pins as I can with those 5 balls.
Oh.
And that is the last modification for that game. All right, so there you go. There's a lesson for bowling, specifically towards accuracy. I'll go over the modifications real fast. So game one started off with a regular bowling game. We had smaller gator skin balls, like to emphasize like candlepin bowling. If that was a little too difficult, your first modification would be increasing the size of the gator skin ball. So we did that, continued on to a regular bowling game. And then the last modification, a little bit more difficult, to incorporate a little bit of defensive strategies and a little bit more accuracy. We spread the pins out and allow the students to have 1 ball per pin to try and knock down all the pins.